A big thing that I've seen with people who just start to get into self-improvement and want to start making a change in their life, have this desire and have this drive to achieve things and to change things. But when they first start, they try to take on 50 new different things at once. They want to start going to the gym 6 times a week, but also improve their grades from D to A plus right away, but also start a business on the side, and also start meditating and journaling every single day, and also start cold showers, and also start training for a marathon, and do all these different things all at once, and taking on far too much than they can actually handle. And I think this is what causes a lot of people to quit self-improvement in the first place, because they try to do all these different things and then they get burnt out and they can't stick to all of them, and they feel like they failed, so they just regress and go back to living the life that they were in the past. But the thing is, you can't just start at like level 5 of self-improvement and go up to level 100 and just be an expert at all these new habits and take on all these different things at once. You need to be willing to progress it and progressively overload it, like in the gym. You don't walk into the gym and one day just decide that you're going to bench 2 plates and just immediately 1 rep max it. No, you walk in there, and if you're skinny like I was, you start with the bar. Then after the bar, you put 2 10-pound plates on. Then you get that going. Then after maybe about 2 years, you can finally do some reps at the weight that you wanted to hit when you first started, and then you've worked your way up to there. That's how it starts with any kind of progression and anything in life in terms of adding new habits. You can't just add all these new things and expect to be an expert at all of them, because it's going to be too much for you to handle. You need to start slowly and start building your way up. And I've done this in the past, and I've also talked to a lot of people who have asked me for advice about, oh, how do I make this change? And even when it comes to fitness, want to make a change in the gym, like, oh, I'm going to the gym like once a month maybe, and then I'll say you could do full body 3 times a week, and that'd be a really good progression. Or even just full body 2 times a week, and then they're like, I'll do that, and I also want to start running, and also start Muay Thai, and also start all these different things in terms of fitness, instead of just picking one thing and being consistent. But what they do is try to take on far too much, do it for 2 weeks, and then get burnt out and just eventually quit and go back to what they used to do. And to see progress, you need to be willing to progressively overload it, because you only have so much time in a day, and you also have so much energy. In order to learn new skills and develop new habits, you need to be willing to only take on a couple things at once to actually see progress. And in terms of self-improvement, the thing that I recommend everyone should start with is some kind of exercise, because that's the thing that I started with, and it gave me the attitude and it gave me the mindset to learn, okay, this is how I make progress lifting weights. I can't just achieve everything all at once, but if I'm consistent with this for the rest of my life, eventually I'm going to get my dream physique. And that's what I started to adopt with other habits like journaling and cold showers and meditation and all these things. And once I built that up into my life, I learned how to maintain these habits and to balance them instead of just taking on everything at once. And when I was able to start progressing with these things, I naturally started to develop more and more. And my progress was slow at first, but then when I got the hang of habits compound, and eventually your progress starts to go up like that. But that never happens if you try to take everything all at once and just immediately shoot up like this. You need to be willing to slowly build it up, and eventually you're going to get to a breaking point where your progression, once you've started to do these habits, is just going to go through the roof. Now, the other thing that I see a lot of people doing too much with, in terms of what I used to do, is trying to balance too many things all at once. And this mostly comes in the form of activities they do. They want to be training in the gym all the time, but also getting the best grades in their school and playing 4 different sports all at once, but also learning 3 instruments and also running a YouTube channel and a business. And I used to do this. Throughout my last year of high school, I was gigging constantly. I was always playing as a musician, taking a lot of advanced classes, still trying to get really good grades and everything. I think I played like 7 different sports throughout that full year, always lifting weights, doing powerlifting and Olympic lifting, also running all the time, still doing martial arts. I was doing a lot of different things, and I was able to balance all these things because I'd gotten to a certain level in all of them, and I was decently skilled at all of them. But since I was doing so many things, it peaked the progression that I could take on, and it peaked the progression where I could go and how good I could actually get to. And the attitude that I had about this was, this is my last year in high school. I want to experience as many things as I can right now. I want to do things that I won't have the opportunity in my future to do. And so that's what I did. And one thing I always wanted to do while I was in high school was start this YouTube channel and start this business, but I knew I physically would not have enough time to do it, and something else would have had to drop. So I made the decision to push it off until after I finished and I was done with school. And literally like 2 days after I graduated, I started this channel and started working towards this thing, and also spending a lot more time writing music and making money doing music. But I was only able to get to that place, and I was only able to make that progress once other things in my life dropped, because not only do you only have so much time, you only have so much energy as well, and you can only put so much energy to certain things. And the more things you have going on, the less you can improve and the less progress you can make at those things. So in terms of advice, just prioritize what is important to you. What should you be working on at this stage in your life? If fitness is really what you need to focus on, then put your focus on fitness. If your mental health is really trash right now, put your focus on mental health. If you feel the need to start a YouTube channel or play music or do a certain thing, put your focus on that. Just be conscious about how much you actually take on, and don't overwhelm yourself. Now, with that being said, if you don't know already, my name is Colby Wallace. I'm an 18-year-old artist from Canada, currently traveling in Australia. And if you like videos like this and want to hear some of my original music, you might as well subscribe. It's a win for you because you get to see more content like this. It's a win for me because the support really helps me out. And also, if you want to join our free community on how to beat your phone addiction and start using social media in a productive way, there's a free course and free community linked in the description. Also, my original music is in the description. And with that being said, never stop creating, my friend, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.